Shalom, shalom. Let me check my volume. No. All right. Shalom. Let's see. What's my preference precept? God dog it. Damn. Is this it? Let me see here, Israel. Let me check something real quick. Yes, here it is right here. I got it. All right, let me go to my preface precept. Share my screen. My preface precept is in the book of Revelations, chapter 9. My preface precept is in the book of Revelations, chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past. Woe means sudden destruction. One woe or sudden destruction is past, and behold, there come two woes more after. Salakia. Let me read that again. One woe is past. Woe means sudden destruction. And behold, there come two woes, two sudden destructions, more hereafter. Woe means World War I. Woe number 2 is World War II. And woe number 3 will be World War III. Once again, Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes hereafter. I'd like to start off by saying, Barakathi Yahweh, Barakathi Yahweh Shai, Barakathi Yahweh, Barakathi Yahweh Shai, Barakathi Yahweh, Barakathi Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakat Kadash. Call hello Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakat Kadash. Hakawanaya, Labya, Makasha Wathia, Banyamya, Rai, Wahasa'ith, Hamasathia, Babakusha, Abanawa, Hawashai Nawa, Shalak, Yahawashai, Babakusha. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, that rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful 144 elect thousand men and the 1/3 men, women, and children. And to the new, to the few brothers and sisters listening to me that's in this truth, to you I say, Shalom, Kwam Yashabrala, Shabbat Shalom, happy week of unleavened, week of unleavened bread, feast of unleavened bread. This is your brother Kawas Malak coming at you with another quick lesson in this truth, 24/7, 365. This is what I do to get you in the mood. We got next any day now, guaranteed, can't wait, bucket Israel. Yahweh Shai to the chariots fly, the chip or the dip, that Maxine or the guillotine. Repent, coming to this truth. We be the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh or Jehovah, or now Yahusha, Yahuwah, and Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus, now Yahshua, or Caesar Borgia, or Jesus in our Paleo-Hebrew tongue. It's Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Esau is the so-called white man. He's not white, but he's red. He's our red, sinister Hebrew big brother Esau. We are Jacob of the Bible. Esau, Edom. You got that? Hope the lesson will be edifying and to the point. prophecy. This is 2-minute drill, putting this up raw, rapid fire edition. I'm ready to drop some prophecies. Let's do it. Let's do it. Shalom, everybody in the comment board. Shalom, shalom. All right, let's do it. Revelations 11. Let's see. Let's start at verse 26. Let's start at verse 26. Revelations 11, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. I hate to let y'all know that, but all Israel shall be saved. What does that mean? All Israelites will be in the kingdom one day, but not all of Israel will make it on the first trip. There will be some here, we call them 2/3 Jake niggas and niggettes, out of order family members, Pastor Porchop, Bishop Bacons, that are Israelites that will not make it on the first trip. They will die of famine, plagues, and pestilences, as well as thermonuclear fire. But when Yahweh cracked the clouds and the new kingdom begins, all of Israel will be in the kingdom, but they will have to be birthed. The ones that died on this side, the 2/3, will have to be birthed through the loins of the 144,000 men and the women that will be saved, the elect ladies, princesses that will be saved in childbearing. Romans 11, verse 26. And so all of Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer. That's Yahweh Shai, the son of the living power, Yahweh, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. Woo! For this is my covenant. Yes, this is the deal, the agreement unto them, when I shall take away their sins. Point blank, period. I love that. Woo! Let's keep it pushing. Zechariah 13. Let's see. Do I want to do all of Zechariah? I think I'm going to read all of Zechariah. My point is in verse 8 and 9. Excuse me. I'm going to read all of Zechariah, but my point is in verse 8 and 9. Excuse me. Zechariah 13, verse 1. In that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and uncleanliness. Verse 2. And it shall come to pass in that day, says the Most High Yahweh of hosts or armies, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land. Jesus will be destroyed. Dalai Lama, Buddha, Allah, Mother Heaven, the dollar, the Washington Monument, Mount Rushmore. You name any idol that is not Yahweh or Yahweh Shai will be destroyed, cut off. And they shall no more be remembered. Jesus will no longer be remembered. Dalai Lama, Buddha, Allah will no longer be remembered. It will only be Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And also, I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirits to pass out of the land. Point blank, period. Verse 3. And it shall come to pass. These are prophecies. And it shall come to pass. It's about prophecy, not prosperity. It's about prophecy, not prosperity, Pastor Pervert, Pastor Porchop, Bishop Bacon, Christian. It's about prophecy, not prosperity. And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother shall begat him, shall say unto him, or birth him, thou shalt not live, for you speaketh lies, Pastor Pervert, Pastor Porchop, Bishop Bacon. You speak lies, TD Snakes, Creflo Negro Dollar, Joel Osteen, Joyce Meyer, Bill Winston, Jamal Bryant, you name it, Jesse Duplantis, Juanita Bynum. You speak lies in the name of the Most High Yahweh, and his father and his mother that begot him shall thrust him through when he prophesied. You're going to die. Why? Because you speak lies. Any day now, guaranteed. Pastor Pervert, Pastor Porchop, Bishop Bacon, you will be put to death by plagues, famine, and pestilence. Point blank, period. And if you don't get put to death through plagues, pestilence, or famine, you will feel thermonuclear fire in World War III. But you think you got it going on because you got a 501c3 charter contract with the government. But you speak lies. You promote Jesus and prosperity. You're not telling the people that Yahweh, his name is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, and that America will be destroyed. America will be the lake of fire the Bible speaks of. That America is Basra, Timon, Petra, Mount Seir, the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, Sodom and Gomorrah, modern day. And that Esau's the so-called white man that the devil speaks of. But you don't tell him that, Pastor. That's where you're going to die, Pastor, any day now, Pastor. Verse 4, Zechariah 13. And it shall come to pass, another prophecy, in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed, Pastor pervert, every one of his vision. Oh, let's make a brother. I believe in America, brother. Let's pray for America, brother. Let's pray for Ukraine, brother. Bullshit. America Yahweh hates America. But you want to pray for America when America's future is destruction. You're supposed to be praying for thy will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's what you're supposed to pray for, Pastor. Let me read that again. Zechariah 13:4. And it shall come to pass that in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed, everyone his vision, when he has prophesied. Oh, the Lord tells me, brother, to give $20. Everyone give $20. Those that can give 50, give 50. Those that can give 100, give 100. And those that can give 1,000, give 1,000. It's about prosperity. God doesn't want you broke, brother. If you're broke, you're not in the will of the Most High, brother. We're supposed to be suffering in this kingdom. Those that are rich are not in this truth. And those that are rich, that is in this truth, they use their finances to promote the truth. But the finances can take you away from this truth. That's why it's only a few of us that got good money that's in this truth, because we are designed to finance the gospel, finance this truth, not to help you, pastor, get a new jet, new car, pay your bills. Nigga, please. When he has prophesied, neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive anymore, pastor. Verse 5, but he shall say, I am no prophet, pastor pervert. I am a husbandman, for man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. Verse 6, and one shall say unto him, where are these wounds in thy hands? Then he shall answer, those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends, the church. Verse 7, awake, O sword, against my shepherd, thermonuclear fire, Salakia, ICBM nuclear missile. That's the modern day sword. Awake, O ICBM nuclear missile, against my shepherd, pastor pervert, and against the man that is my fellow, says the Most High Yahweh of hosts or armies. Smite, kill, destroy the shepherd, pastor pervert, and the sheep shall be scattered. Any day now you will be destroyed, pastor pervert, pastor pork chop, Bishop Bacon, and your sheep will be scattered. And I will turn my hand upon the little one. So those that follow pastor, you will be destroyed as well with pastor, unless you get into this truth. Point blank, period. Verse 8. Here's my point, verse 8 and 9. And it shall come to pass, that's a prophecy, that in the land of America, with a triple K, says the Most High Yahweh, 2 parts, that's 2 out of 3, that's 66, 70%, 66 to 75%, therein shall be cut off and die. Point blank, period. Plagues, pestilences, famine, thermal, ICBM, nuclear fire. But the third shall be left therein. 1/3 144K thousand men, and the 1/3 men, women, and children only. And if you do the math, it's between 2 and 5 million people only out of billions on the planet will be beamed up into the chariot, the fathership that Yahweh Shah will be coming in on the day of World War III when those missiles begin to fly. Verse 9, Zechariah 13. And I will bring the third part. That's the 1/3 men, women, and children, and 144K thousand men. And I will bring the third part through the fire, ICBM nuclear missile fire. And I will refine them, only them, the 1/3, 144K thousand men, as silver is refined. And I will try them as gold is tried. Yes, looking forward to being tried. My faith being put on trial. I will be looking up. That's the plan, to be looking up, because my redemption draws nigh during Jacob's trouble, during World War III. I will be looking up. It says, they shall call on my name, Yahweh, Yahweh, not Jesus, not Ahia, not Yeshua, Yahuwah, not Yahweh, not Jehovah. It's Yahweh. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, point blank, period. I will say, it is my people, not Jesus is his people, not the ones that say Jesus. Christians aren't his people. Dalai Lama, Buddha, Muslims aren't his people. The ones that are in this truth, that declare the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is my people, and they shall say, the Most High Yahweh is my power. Point blank, period. Zechariah 13 is hot as cayenne pepper. Hosea chapter 4. Let me read all of Hosea chapter 4. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Most High Yahweh, ye children of Israel. For the Most High Yahweh has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. America. The Most High got a problem with the inhabitants of America. These 2/3 Jake niggas and niggettes. These out of order family members. The pastor perverts, the bishop bacons. He has a problem with the inhabitants of the land of America. Why? Because there is no truth. There is no truth in these churches. There is no truth nor mercy in the church. How does it go? I'm gonna say I want to put it. They love you, or everything's great until you need something. You go to the church and ask. If you're a member of a church and you need something, and you ask for it, and they got to have a counsel to give it to you. And when they give it to you, trust me, they're going to tell everybody in the church that you asked for $1,000. But you've given over the last 10, 20 years, $30,000, $20,000 to this church. But you asked for $1,000, they got to have a counsel. And then they may say no, or if they say yes, they're going to tell everybody that you asked for $1,000. There is nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. Verse 2, Hosea 4, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing, the church, and committing adultery, the church, the Christian church, by swearing, the Christian church, lying, the Christian church, and killing and stealing and committing adultery, the Christian church, they break out and blood touches blood. Verse 3, therefore, always find out what is therefore, shall the land mourn. And everyone, because there's no truth, there's no mercy. Remember, right here, the land, verse 1, there's no truth, there's no mercy. Therefore, the land shall mourn, everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. With the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Verse 4, yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. He don't even want to get y'all right. You are who you are. You were 2/3 Jake niggas now, and you were 2/3 Jake niggas back then when Yahweh Shai walked the planet. It says, verse 5, Therefore shall you fall in the day. Woo! And the prophet also, Pastor Pervert, Bishop Bacon is going to fall, and so is his congregation, shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother, the church. Verse 6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They don't want to get into this truth. That's the lack of knowledge. Why? Because they have rejected knowledge. They don't want to listen to this truth, but they'll watch a movie for 2 hours. They'll go to church for 2 hours, but they can't listen to a video of the men of great millstone for 2 hours. It says, I will also reject thee, that you shall be no priest to me, Pastor Pervert, seeing that you have forgotten the law of Yahweh. Oh, brother, the law is done away with, brother. The law, bullshit. The law is forever. I will also forget thy children, the congregation. Verse 7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. The more Pastor Pervert get paid, the more he's get wicked. The more the church prosper, the Christian church prosper, the Roman Catholic church prosper, the more wicked it becomes. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. You're going to look terrible any day now, Pastor, Roman Catholic Church. Verse 8, they eat up the sin of my people, Christian church, and they set their heart on their iniquity. Verse 9, and there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways. And there shall be like people, like priests, like you acted just like your pastor, your bishop. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them, all of them, for their ways, and reward them their doings. Verse 10, for they shall eat and not have enough during Jacob's trouble. They shall commit whoredom like they do. They shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to the Most High Yahweh. Verse 11, whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart, Pastor. Verse 12, my people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declareth unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err, Christian church, and they have gone a whoring from under their power. Verse 13, they sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore, because it makes them look good to, have communion and, cookouts and, whatever they do at the church. It says, therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, you kidding, and your spouses shall commit adultery, you kidding. Verse 14, I will punish your daughters, that's the church, the Christian church, when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that does not understand shall fall. Verse 15, Hosea 4, though you, Israel, play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend. Absolutely not. I'm not going to be offended. I'm not going to allow the church to offend me. And come not ye into Gilgal, neither go ye up to Bethaven, nor swear the Lord liveth. Point blank, period. I am not going to let the church persuade me to get involved, to be down with them. I am a 12 tribes of Israel. I'm about the truth, not about Jesus. Verse 16, for Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. Those 2/3 Jake niggas and niggettes, out of order family members, the pastor perverts, the bishop bacons. Now Yahweh will feed them as lamb in a large place. Verse 17, Ephraim, those are the modern day Puerto Ricans, is joined to idols. Let him alone. A lot of Issacharites and Ephraimites, the Puerto Ricans and the Mexicans, a lot of them, and the northern tribe, a lot of them are Roman Catholics. Verse 18, their drink is sour. The teaching, the doctrine, they have committed whoredom continually. Her rulers will shame, do love, with shame do love give ye. Verse 19, Hosea 4, the wind has bound her up in her wings, and they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices. The Roman Catholic Church and the Christian Church, point blank, period. Luke 12. I'm in Luke 12, verse 4, start at verse 49. This is Yahweh Shai, the son of Yahweh, speaking. I am come to send fire, thermonuclear ICBM fire on earth. And what will I if it be already kindled? America, the earth is already destroyed, ruined, no good. GMO, chemtrails, pestilences, plagues, concrete, plastic, homosexuality, lesbianism, Jesus, poisons. Everything's out of order. But I have a baptism to be baptized with. And how am I straightened till it is accomplished? But I've read that. Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth. When Yahweh Shai come and crack these clouds, he's coming with an attitude. He's coming with an attitude to destroy, kill. Read Isaiah 63. I tell you no, but rather division. I'm not coming to bring peace on earth. I'm coming to bring division. Point blank, period. I'm coming to start some shit. Point blank, period. Verse 52, Luke 12. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Verse 53, the father shall be divided against the son. That's what's happening now. Out of order family members, 2/3 Jake niggas and niggettes believe that we're in a cult, because we believe this truth. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Why? Because suppose ye that I come to give peace, I tell you nay, no, but rather division. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, we're going to start at verse 6. Seeing, let me see, maybe 5. Move. Verse 6, verse 7, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 7. And to you who are troubled and to you who are troubled, rest with us. Let me, I'm going to start at verse 6. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense, buy back or pay back tribulation, that's trouble, to them that trouble you. That's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, Ammon, Moab, Ishmael, Amalek. Our enemies, they trouble us. Look how they treated the Israelites in Ukraine. I said Ukraine. Straight up. Get them, Russia. Get them, Putin. Verse 7, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1. And to you who are troubled, rest with us. We are troubled. We are to rest in this truth. When the Most High Yahweh, when Yahweh Shah HaMashiach shall be revealed. Any day now, he's going to crack these clouds and he shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Trillions of angels. Verse 8, in flaming fire. There's that word again. There's that word that's all throughout the Bible. Fire. ICBM, thermonuclear fire. In flaming fire, taking vengeance. This is Yahweh Shai when he comes and revealed from heaven with the mighty angels. In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them, Esau, Edom, and the other nations that know not Yahweh. 2/3 Jake niggas and niggettes, out of order family members, Pastor Pervert, Bishop Bacon, and you Esau, Edom, and the other nations, and that obey not the truth, the gospel of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Verse 9, who shall be punished? These ones who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of Yahweh Shai and from the glory of his power. Woo! Verse 10, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints, the 144,000 men, 1/3 men, women, and children, and to be admired. That's why you put to love Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, adore him, praise him, worship him, reverence him, fear him. You must be addicted to this. When he shall come to be glorified in his saints and to be admired in all them that believe. Do you believe in this truth? Do you believe in this truth? I said, do you believe in this truth? That is a prerequisite, a qualifier to not be destroyed and not be provided for in Jacob's trouble, and not to be destroyed out of war, and not to be destroyed in World War III, and to be admired in all of them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed, Yahweh Shai, in that day. Point blank, period. Verse 11, 2 Thessalonians 1. Wherefore, as unto, nevertheless, also we pray also always for you, that our power would count you worthy of this calling. What calling? To be provided for in Jacob's trouble, to be delivered out of World War III, and fulfill all the good pleasure of his goodness. What is the good pleasure of his goodness? Teaching the name of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, saying the name of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, men on the block teaching this truth on the weekends with our beards, our Bibles, and our garments, doing sit downs throughout the week, women in line, in order, in submissiveness, modest, tender, delicate, feminine, braiding your hair, wearing hair wraps, wearing dress below your knee. Verse 11, 2 Thessalonians 1. I'm reading that. And the work of faith with power. Verse 12, that the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach may be glorified in you. It's about him. It's about him. It's about him being glorified in us, and ye in him. Woo! According to the grace of the water for grace. We are in the grace period. The windows of mercy are open for a moment. The spiritual ark is open for a moment. We are in the grace period. You know how when you owe a bill, they give you a grace period to pay the bill. You still got to pay the bill, but we're going to give you time to pay it, because we understand that things happen. The Most High Yahweh loves us, so he's given us an opportunity to get right, to get on that spiritual ark, to come into that spiritual window, according to the grace of Yahweh and the power, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, point blank, period. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 is firecracker. James chapter 1, verse 21. Wherefore, as unto, lay apart all filthiness, Christianity, saying Jesus, Roman Catholic Church, Allah, Buddha, Seventh-day Adventists, Muslim, fornication, adultery, marijuana smoking, tobacco smoking, hard liquor drinking, swine eating, shellfish eating, catfish eating, clam eating, scallop eating. Lay apart all filthiness and superfluidity of naughtiness. And when you do that, and receive with meekness. Woo, point blank, period. And receive with meekness, being placable, teachable, bendable, useful. The engrafted word. Woo! You're hearing the engrafted word, which is this word. This engrafted word is able. Responsibility, Responsibility means you are able to respond. Responsibility means you are able to respond. You take a responsibility. This engrafted word is able to save your souls. Point blank, period. Verse 22. But not just not eliminate, but listen to this also. But be ye doers of the word. You gotta earn this. You gotta prove it with your actions, your words, your lifestyle, your attitude, your perspective, your prayer life. But be ye doers of the word. Point blank, period. And not hearers only. I know I shouldn't be eating pork, but I'm hungry. I know I shouldn't be eating king crab legs, but I'm hungry. I know I shouldn't be sleeping with my boy's girl, but I'm horny. I know I shouldn't be smoking marijuana, but I'm stressed out. I know I'm not supposed to be smoking tobacco, but I'm stressed out. I know I'm not supposed to be drinking hard, cheap liquor, but I like it. I know I'm not supposed to be saying Jesus, but that's what I've been taught my whole life. And not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Verse 23, for if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth or sees himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgotten what manner of man he was. Just like at work, I see a lot of women in a mirror all the time, always in the mirror. Always women, always in the mirror. Men too, but mainly women, always in the mirror, always in the mirror. And I say things like this. What's wrong? What's wrong? You look the same way you did when you left the house this morning. You looked in the mirror before you came to work. You looked in the mirror while you was in the car. Now you at work looking in the mirror again because you forgot what you look like. Verse 25, that's how you are when you are a hearer, not a doer. You keep going back to the mirror, because you forgot what you look like. But when you in this truth, you know what you look like. I ain't got to keep going to the mirror, bruh. Verse 25, James 1. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, like that mirror, and continueth therein, looking into this perfect law of liberty. Perfect means mature law of liberty, freedom, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man or woman shall be blessed in his or her deeds. Verse 26, if any man among you seem to be religious and bridle not his tongue, oh man, I love the Lord, brother, I love the Lord. What's his name? Jesus. And bridle not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is in vain. Christianity is in vain. Verse 27, pure religion, and this is not a religion, this is a relationship. When you're a Hebrew Israelite, this is not a religion, it's a relationship. Pure religion and undefiled, pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. Point blank, period. I try to keep myself unspotted from the world. Point blank, period. I think I read Habakkuk already, did I? No, I didn't. That was Zechariah. Habakkuk chapter 1. I think I'm going to read all that. Habakkuk chapter 3. Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 1. A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet of Shiganoth. Verse 2. O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. You should be afraid. According to 2 Corinthians 5, verse 11, I'm supposed to scare you into this truth. O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Yahweh, revive thy work in the midst of the years. Right now, in the midst of the years, make known. Woo! Right now, he's making known. Woo! In wrath, remember mercy. When you bring plagues, pestilence, and famine during Jacob's trouble, remember mercy. Baba Kushah toward the 144K thousand men, 1/3 men, women, and children. When you bring ICBM nuclear fire, and when you crack these clouds, Baba Kushah, remember mercy toward the 144K thousand men, 1/3 men, women, and children. Verse 3, Yahweh came from Teman. I told you last night what Teman is. Teman is a city in Edom. That's Esau's territory over in Israel. But the modern day Teman is America. Yahweh came from America, and the Holy One from Mount Parah, Selah. His glory covered the heavens. Any day now, his glory will cover the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. Woo! Looking forward to the earth being full of his praise. Verse 4, Habakkuk chapter 3. And his brightness was the light, and he had horns or power coming out of his hands. And there was the hiding, and there his hands was the hiding of his power. Woo! Habakkuk 3 verse 5. Before him went pestilence, and burning coals went from his feet. Woo! Verse 6, he stood and measured the earth. That's a big power that can measure the earth. He beheld or looked and drove asunder the nations. That's not good. Bust their ass in pieces. And with the everlasting mountains or governments were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. Those are the smaller governments. His ways are everlasting. Woo! Verse 7, Salakia, Habakkuk 3. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. That's what's going to happen. A lot of affliction and trembling. Verse 8. Was the Most High Yahweh displeased against the rivers? This is a question because he did so much damage to the earth. This was a question Habakkuk asked because in his vision, he saw so much damage being done to the planet earth by Yahweh Shai. Was the Most High Yahweh displeased against the rivers? Was thy anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that you did ride upon thine horses, or his chariot and thy chariots of salvation, the angels and his power? Verse 9, thy bow was made quite naked, according to the oaths of the tribes, even your word, Selah. What do you think of that? You did cleave the earth and the rivers. You did separate the earth and the rivers in your anger. Verse 10, the mountains saw thee. So what does that mean? The mountains have eyes. The mountains have eyes. And they tremble. The overflowing of the water passed by. Lots of floods and tsunamis. The deep uttered his voice. The deep of the ocean has a voice and lifted up his hands on high. The earth, the ocean lifted up thy hands on high, especially when Leviathan shows itself. And there's Leviathans, verse 11. The sun and the moon stood still in their habitations. You know how the sun and the moon rotates, goes up and down? They stood still in their habitation. At the light of thy arrows they went. The thermonuclear fire, laser beam fire coming out of the chariots. And at thy shining of thy glittering spear. The glittering spear is the ICBM nuclear missiles. You did march through the land in indignation. Damn, you did march through the land of the planet Earth in anger. Woo! You did thresh. You know how you thresh, step on, grind, thresh the heathen in anger. Woo! Verse 13, you went forth for the salvation of your people. I'm doing this for my people. I'm wrecking shop for my people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Even verse 13, you went forth for the salvation of thy people, reckon shop for Israel, even for salvation with thine anointed. 144K thousand men, 1/3 men, women, and children. You woundest the head out of the house of the wicked. Esau, Edom, Amalek, or the head of wickedness. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Esau, Edom, and the Amalekites. Those are the fake Jews that are in our land of Israel now. The small hats, the Gargamels, the Jeff Bezoses, the Zuckerbergs, the billionaire banking families. By discovering foundation unto the neck. He's going to bust your ass. He's going to crush your neck, Esau, Edom. Verse 14, you did strike through with his staves the head of the villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was as to devour the poor secretly. That was Esau's plan until the Most High Yahweh, Bahashemi Hawashah, wrecked their plans. See, man plans, Esau. Man plans, but Yahweh, Bahashemi Hawashah, unplans. Esau expect to be here forever. The next couple 100 years, still be in rulership. He think he's going to be here another 10 years. Ain't happening, Captain. Verse 15, Habakkuk 3. You did walk through the sea with thy horses. Woo, that's his power. Though through the heat of great waters. Verse 16, when I heard, this is Habakkuk, my belly trembled. That's fear. My lips quivered with fear. Habakkuk, at the voice, rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself that I might rest in the day of trouble, that I'll be saved and not be part of that day when Yahweh Shah cracked those clouds. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Woo! Man, he's coming. He's coming. Let me see how much more I got. I'm gonna see if I can remember this. Let me see. Let me prove some. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see. Let me Google it first. Woe unto them that woe unto them that damn. I can't that yeah, right here. Here it is. What's that? We're Amos 5. Got it. Amos 5. Amos 5 and 18. Let me prove a point. Amos 5 and 18. Now let me go back. Where was I? I was in Habakkuk. Right here, where it says, where was I? Habakkuk 3, verse 16, led me to Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Oh, I'm looking forward to the Lord coming, brother, to save us all. To what end is it for you? 2/3 Jake nigga, out of order family member, pastor pervert Bishop Bacon, out of order family member. For what end is it for you? The day of the Most High Yahweh is darkness and not light. So it ain't going to be a good day for you Christians, Muslims, Dalai Lama Buddha, Roman Catholics. Absolutely not. You American lovers. Back to Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 17. Although the fig tree shall not blossom in that day, neither shall fruit be in vines that day. The labor of the olive shall fail in that day, and the field shall yield no meat in that day. The flock shall be cut off from the fold in that day, and there shall be no herd in the stall in that day. Verse 18. Yet I will rejoice in the Most High Yahweh. I will joy, in the Most High Yahweh of my salvation. What is the joy in Yahweh of my salvation? Provided for us in Jacob's trouble, delivering us out of World War III. Verse 19, the Most High Yahweh is my strength, point blank, period. Not your job, not your 401k, not your pantry, not Esau Edom's technology, not your husband, not your wife, not your children. The Most High Yahweh is my strength, not Jesus. And he will make my feet like hinds' feet. And he will make me to walk upon high places. Looking forward to it, to the chief singer of my strange instruments. Fire. Psalms 111, verse, let's see. Let's start at, my point is in verse 10. Let's start at verse 8. Am I going to read all this? Yeah, let's do it. Psalms 111, verse 1. Praise ye the Most High Yahweh. Point blank, period. Praise ye the Most High Yahweh. I will praise the Most High Yahweh with my whole heart. Whole heart. In the assembly of the upright. You are in the assembly of the upright. And in the congregation, the 144,000 men, 1/3 men, women, and children. We are the congregation. Verse 11, verse 2, Psalms 111. The works of the Most High Yahweh are great. Can't you see his works? Beautiful atmosphere, beautiful waterfalls, beautiful fruit, beautiful animals, mountain trees, grass, flowers, waterfalls, paradises. Okay? The works of the Most High Yahweh are great, sought out of all them that have pleasure in them. Do you have pleasure in the works of the Most High Yahweh? I do. Verse 3, his works are honorable and glorious, absolutely. And his righteousness, endure forever. Yes, not wickedness. His righteousness endure forever. Not wickedness like Esau, but righteousness endures forever. Verse 4, he has made his wonderful works to be remembered. But Esau's destroying, cutting down all the beautiful trees in the Amazon forest, taking all the oil out of the earth, replacing it with concrete. He don't even have a land Sabbath. He just tilled the land over and over and over. According to scripture, you're supposed to work the land 6 years. The 7th year, give it a year off and go work another part of the earth. And 1 year later, 4 seasons later, you can come back to that land and work it again for 6 years. But not Esau. He just till it until it can't produce anymore but baby apples and baby onions and nasty ass bananas now. I bought a banana. You know, you break a banana or you peel a banana and then you tear it off or you bite it. I broke it off and it was like taffy. It stretched out and then it broke. Because now that's why you got to put a pesticide and fertilizer in the soil, because he destroyed the earth because he till it. He's a devil that the Bible speaks of. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Verse 4, Psalms 111. He has made his wonderful works to be remembered. The Most High Yahweh is gracious and full of compassion. The water. Verse 5. He has given me meat, this truth, unto them that fear him. He will ever be mindful of his covenant. The water. He has showed his people the powers of his works. Absolutely. I've seen chariots. that he may give them the heritage of the heathen. Everything you got, Esau, Ammon, Ishmael, Amalek, everything you got will be mine, be ours. Woo! The works of his hands are verity and judgment, and all his commandments are sure. Let's look up that word verity. Verity. Verity.
Strong's H571. Emeth.
Emeth. Verity, firmness, faithful, true, sure. Let's get back. The works of his hands are true, sure, stable, and judgment. Woo! All his commandments are sure. Verse 8, Psalms 111. They stand fast forever, the works of his hands, and are done in truth and uprightness. Woo! Verse 9, he sent redemption, payback unto his people. We got next, the big payback. That should be one of your favorite songs by James Brown. The big payback. He has commanded his covenant forever. Woo! Holy and reverent is his name. Point blank period. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 10, Psalm 111. The fear, not the love, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. Oh, brother, I love God. God doesn't scare me. I don't fear God. I love God. No, nigga. You're supposed to fear Yahweh. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, a good understanding, woo, comprehension. Have all they, a good understanding and comprehension, and a good understanding and comprehension, have all they that do his commandments. Pastor, pervert, Christian, 2/3 Jake niggas and niggettes, out of order family member. His praise endureth forever. 1 Corinthians 1, verse 20 and 21. Where is the wise? Esau, pastor pervert. Where is the scribe? Pastor pervert, Esau. Where is the disputer of the earth? Esau, who hath not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world? Esau, you think you smart because you got technology and weaponry. But you are the foolish of the earth, Esau, pastor pervert. Hath not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world? Esau's wisdom, Jesus. Verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh. Pastor pervert, Esau. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching, us being on the block with our beards, Bibles, and garments, doing these sit downs. It pleased, I said, it pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of the brothers on the block with the beards and garments on the weekends in Bibles. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believed. Revelations 1, verse 7 and 8. Behold, verse 7 is my point. I get right to it. Behold, he cometh with clouds. Point blank. If you see a cloud in the sky or clouds in the sky, they can be chariots. I said they can be. In other words, every cloud, not a chemtrail, he can do those too, but real clouds. Every real cloud you see in the sky, he can turn that into a chariot. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also, this proves reincarnation, and they also which pierced him when he was on the tree, the cross, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail, that's not good, because of him, even so, amen. Woo! Verse 8, I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, says Yahweh Shai. Says the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which is right now, which was, back then and which is to come. Any day now, guaranteed, can't wait. Yahweh Shai to the chariots fly. Baby. The Almighty Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Psalm 104, verse 1. Bless the Most High Yahweh, O my soul. O Yahweh, my power. You are very great. You are clothed with honor and majesty. Verse 2. Who covereth thyself with light. How can you cover yourself with light? We got to cover ourselves with clothes. He covered himself with light as with a garment. Woo! Who stretches out the heavens like a curtain. You know, you pull your shower curtain when you take a shower. The Most High Yahweh, he stretches out the heavens like a curtain. Woo! You better fear him. Verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters. Who maketh the clouds his chariot. I just said that. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Can you walk on the wind, Esau? Can you fly? Can you walk on the wind, Esau? Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. Who layeth the foundations of the earth. You ain't laid the foundations of the earth, Esau, that it should not be removed forever. Point blank, period. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant. Ignorant means not knowing. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that you sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. Those that have died already in this truth are asleep. For if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, and we do. For if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, and we do, even so, them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai will Yahweh bring with him when he cracks those clouds. We're going to see all those that died in the truth. For if we say unto you by the word of the Most High Yahweh, for if we say to you by the word of the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that we are alive, that we which are alive, aren't we alive, and remain unto the coming of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, shall not prevent them which are asleep. No, we're not going to prevent them from coming with Yahweh Shai. For the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai himself, shall descend from heaven with a shout. It's not going to be a quiet day. With the voice of an archangel and with the trump of Yahweh. Woo! And the dead in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach shall rise first. Verse 17, 1 Thessalonians 4. Then, when he descend from heaven, then we which are alive, aren't we alive? And remain, those that remain shall be caught up, beamed up into the chariot, caught up together with them. Who are them? Those that died already in the truth. Caught up together with them in the clouds. Woo! To meet Yahweh Shai HaMashiach in the air, baby. And so shall we ever be with the Most High Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Point blank, period. Verse 18, wherefore, as unto, comfort one another with these words. Wisdom of Solomon 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man at that time, right now and at that time, stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, Esau, Edom, and the other nations, and made no account of his labors. Esau ain't made no account of our labors. He don't even, where's the reparations at, Esau? Where's the reparations at, Esau? When they see it, Esau, Edom, and the other nations, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. I can't wait to see Fox News cry, turn yellow. Can't wait to see Pastor Pervert fall on his face, Pastor Pork Chop and Bishop Bacon fall on their knees. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Whose salvation? The 144K thousand men, 1/3 men, women, and children, when we get beamed up into the chariot in the clouds with Yahweh Shai. So far beyond all that they look for. They didn't expect this to be delivered like that in a gigantic fathership being beamed up. They didn't expect that. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit. Looking forward to them to be repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit. Can't wait. Shall say within themselves, this was he, Kawas Malak, Apostle Tahar, Gabar, Rakah, Aramla, Mashiach Gabar, Yawana, Yaiquab, Mawatazak, Elder Mawatazak, Danyala, Elder Makaala, Elder Yalad, and the elders and apostles in Connecticut. This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, that we got rid of their pages on YouTube, blocked them on Facebook, cussed at them, threw piss at them, did things with them on the block. And a proverb of reproach, are these the niggas, the drug addicts, the pimps, the hoes, the harlots? We fools, 2/3 Jake niggas, out of order family member, Pastor Pervert, Bishop Bacon, definitely you, Esau, Edom, and the other nations. We fools counted his life madness. So keep talking about me. Baba Kushah, please do. And his end to be without honor, but our end is going to be without honor because they're going to see. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? How did he get beamed up in a chariot? How did she get beamed up in a chariot? And his lot is among the saints. Woo! Point blank, period. Therefore, have we erred from the way of truth? Yes, you have. And the light of the righteousness have not shined unto us. Absolutely not. Esau, Edom, the other nations. Pastor Pervert, Bishop Bacon. Definitely you, out of order family member, 2/3 Jake niggas. You have erred away from the truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not. When he come and crack the clouds, he's not going to rise upon you. He's going to destroy you with darkness and thermonuclear fire. Woo! Point blank, period. Acts 1, verse 7 and 8. And he said unto them, this is Yahweh Shai, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which my Father has put in his own power, but ye shall receive power. Woo! Can't wait to get power. After that, the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all of Judea, all of Israel, and in Samaria, and through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and unto the uttermost parts of the earth. We will teach this truth. Point blank, period. Isaiah 24, let me see. Isaiah 24, verse, verse 10 through 12. Isaiah 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. The city of confusion is America with a triple K. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Any day now, martial law, concentration camps. Verse 11. There is crying for wine in the streets. There will be a crying for this truth. Why? Because it will be a famine. Let me prove that. Let me see here. Here it is. Salakia. I didn't type it right. Let me see. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Hold on, let me Google it. Let me try one more time. Let me just Google it, make it go faster. Let me do it real quick. That's right. Amos 8:11. Let me get it. Amos 8 verse 11. To prove a point. Now what was that? I was in Acts. I was in Isaiah 24. There, Isaiah 24 verse 11 led me to Amos chapter 8 verse 11. Let me read it. There is a crying for wine in the street. That's just truth. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. The joy of the land is gone. Why? Because there will be no more truth. Let me prove that. Amos 8 verse 11. Behold, the days come. That's a prophecy. Says the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, hearing this truth. So you better get it. You better get it in now. I told you earlier, the windows of mercy are open. You better climb in. The spiritual ark is open. You better climb on board, because when the Most High shut this shit down, shut Facebook off this truth, YouTube off this truth, Instagram, TikTok, the lights go out, there will be no more truth. You're going to have to only go about what you know. And if you don't know it, because if you don't know, now you know. You better get right or get left. Verse 12. I believe that, no, verse 12 is my point. Isaiah 24. And the city is left desolation, because there's going to be no more truth. And the gate is smitten within destruction. Point blank, period. 1 Corinthians 15, verse 50 and 51. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. That's why when we get beamed up, he's going to leave these mortal bodies below and going to turn our bodies into immortal, because flesh and blood, this flesh and blood can't go into a chariot. Neither does corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. That's right. A parable. We shall not all sleep. Woo! But we shall be changed in a moment when we get beamed up into the chariot. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trump shall sound. Woo! That's when Yahweh Shai crack these clouds, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, the one that already died in the truth, and we shall be changed. Woo! Looking forward to getting an immortal body. Looking forward to be sinless. For this corruptible must put on incorruption. Woo! And this mortal must put on immortality. Woo! So when this corruption shall have put on incorruption, yes, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. That means when we get beamed up, it's going to be the last time we ever die. Death is swallowed up in the victory. In the being beamed up, that's the victory. By being beamed up, death will be swallowed up. Woo! In victory. Matthew 24, verse 29 and 30. Immediately after the tribulation, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened from the volcano's eruption, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. Those are all those 800,000 plus satellites going to fall down that are above the earth, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. That's the mushroom cloud shaking the atmosphere. Verse 30. And then at that time shall appear the sign, woo, of the Son of Man in heaven. Point blank, period. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Woo! And they shall see the Son of Man. And they shall see the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, coming in the clouds of heaven. Woo! With power and great glory. Verse 31, and he, Yahweh Shai, shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they, his angels, shall gather the elect, the 144,000 men, the 1/3 men, women, and children, and they shall gather together his elect, the remnant of Israel, the best of the best. You can't start a new kingdom with these 2/3 Jake niggas. We got to start the kingdom with the best of Israel. And there's only 2 to 5 million of the best of Israel on earth out of billions. And they shall gather together his elect from the 4 winds, north, south, east, west, from one end of heaven to another. Woo! Isaiah 65, verse 17. For behold, see, I create new heavens, a new earth. Woo! New heavens and a new earth, a new atmosphere, a new planet. Well, earth is not going to be destroyed. It's going to be refurbished. For behold, I create new heavens and new earth. A new heaven means when he rearranged the earth and burn it and purify it, what's going to come out of that is heaven is on earth. Heaven is on earth. The Garden of Eden was heaven. The Garden of Eden was heaven. Heaven is on earth. Heaven is not in the sky. Heaven is on earth. Behold, I will make new heavens and new earth, a new kingdom, heavens, and the former shall not be remembered. Woo! Nor come to mind. Forever in that which I. Verse 18. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. I will be glad and rejoice forever in that which he create, a new heaven and a new earth. For behold, see, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing. That's us. And her people a joy. Verse 19, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem at that time, and joy in my people. Woo! And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. Firecracker. Last but not least, Ezekiel 36, start at verse 22. Therefore, my point is in verse 24, Ezekiel 36, therefore, always find out what is therefore, say unto the house of Israel, thus says the Most High Yahweh your power, I do not this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake. Is why he's doing this, because his name, his word is on the line. His reputation is on the line. He's doing this for his name's sake, because his reputation is on the line. I said I was going to provide for you in Jacob's trouble. I said I was going to deliver you out of World War III. I said I was going to give you a new heaven and a new earth. I got to do this for my name's sake, because my reputation is on the line. I told you I would do it because I am not a man that I should lie, according to the scripture, Yahweh. O Israel, O house of Israel, but for my only name's sake, which you have profaned the name of Yahweh among the heathen, whether ye went. Verse 23, Ezekiel 36. And I will sanctify my great name, Yahweh, which was profaned by saying Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahusha, among the heathen, which you have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Most High Yahweh, says the Most High Yahweh, your power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Verse 24, Ezekiel 36. For I will take you from among the heathen, 144,000 men, 1/3 men, women, and children, the remnant, the best of Israel, and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land, the land of Israel. It's your brother Kwas Malak video, and I'm done. I'm only going to play 1:30 of it for copyright's sake.
11. Now, Hebrews 11. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures of Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, whom he endured, as seeing he was invisible. Through faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians are saying to do were drowned.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there because of copyright's sake. I'm going to stop right there because of copyright's sake. Shalom, everybody on the comment board. Love y'all. Pray for me. I'm praying for you. Kwam Yasharala. Rise, Israel. We got next any day now. Guaranteed. Can't wait. Book it. Yahweh Shah to the chariots fly. The chip or the dip. That Maxine or the guillotine. Repent. Coming to this truth. We be the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. Thank you for listening. Hope the lesson was edifying and to the point. Once again, I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught me this truth, that rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful 144 elect thousand men and the 1/3 men, women, and children. Kwam Yasharala. Rise, Israel. Shabbat Shalom. To the next one, to you, I say, Shalom.